are spending their time summoning demons, using their name, and praying to them and swearing by Milcom and a list of other demons, basically. Yahushua 23:6-7, be very firm then to keep and do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, so that you may not turn aside from it to the left or to the right hand or to the left, in order that you may not associate with those nations that remain among you, or mention the name of their gods, or make anyone swear to them or serve them or bow down to them. So we don't associate with anyone who's doing anything like that. Don't attend their seances or mediumships. Jeremiah 5:7, why should I pardon you? Your sons have forsaken me, sworn by those who are not gods. When I fed them to the full, they committed adultery and trooped to the harlot's house. Why should I pardon you? Your sons have forsaken me and sworn by those who are not gods. It is swearing by false gods or by features of the creation that is condemned, even if you might be telling the truth. So you can't somehow out of the blue here be telling the truth but appeal to Milcom or any of these other false gods or demons. As well as swearing falsely, even if not in his name. So here now we're getting into the nuts of the nuts and bolts of the Matthew 5:30s there. Jeremiah 4:1-2, return to me, Israel, declares Jehovah. You should return to me, and if you put away your detested things from my presence, and will not waver, and you will swear as Jehovah lives. See, here it is again, and this is the feature of a potential draft for a mechanism to use if you're called to account or believe you may, because the only other thing you can do is affirm before this God that's quoted by who's ever standing in front of you, forcing you to make this a declaration. So that's the point I'm trying to make here. I hope this is coming through all right. We are to swear as Jehovah lives, meaning as is the ever-living, eternal God. It's the ever-living, not just a God that happens to be alive. All these demons are presently alive. Only Satan has been put under judgment, but he still has an existence, and he'll be put down to the ground as a human being and die. Jeremiah 22:5, if you will not obey these words, I swear to myself, I swear by myself, declares Jehovah, that this house will become a desolation. Leviticus 19:12, we may have already quoted that. You shall not swear falsely by my name so as to profane the name of your God. I am Jehovah. That's the quote that's referenced in the first part of the Hebrew Matthew. That's the first part of it right there. Jeremiah 5:2, as they say, as Jehovah lives, surely they swear falsely. And that was what he's saying. You may not swear falsely. Jeremiah 7:9-10, will you steal, murder, commit adultery, swear falsely, offer sacrifices to Baal, walk after other gods you have not known, then come and stand before me in this house, which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered, that you may do all these abominations. You can't worship two gods or serve two gods and appeal to these other false gods to get your way or get something. Run your life correctly. Be dependable. Be trustworthy. Be accountable. And your life will improve if it's a mess. Now, a lot of our lives have come out of a sin from our whole history. And there's certain things that we're maybe caught with, certain illnesses or diseases and other difficulties, and all we can do is do the best we can to work our way out of them correctly. But be cautious about using your words to make a statement and an appeal to another God or another power because you're serving them instead of the one true God. You heard quite a good discussion on that at Unleavened Bread and last Tabernacles. And we'll see where all that is going. Malachi 3:5, then I will draw near to you for judgment. There will be a swift witness against the sorcerers and against adulterers and against those who swear falsely, Again, those who oppress the wage earner in their wages, the widow, the orphan, those who turn aside from the alien, and who do not fear me, says Jehovah. So be careful that you don't bring a swift witness upon you before you get a chance to fix an error. And if you owe some money, then pay it. If you owe or find a release on it. And be careful how you're treating widows and orphans. So a lot of these things we generally take quite seriously when we're discussing or thinking about them, and then as we're going about our life during the week, we sometimes let them fall to the side and are found guilty of doing some of these things. And that's all of us. So it's swearing falsely that is condemned, not swearing. I hope you can see that just by these few scriptures, but there are dozens more. Please swear to me by Jehovah, since I have dealt kindly with you, that you also will deal kindly with my father's household, and give me a pledge of truth. So this individual is asking for an oath or a pledge. 1 Samuel 24:21, now swear to me that by Jehovah you will not cut off my descendants after you, you will not destroy my name of my father's household. So you can see repeatedly people are telling someone that they want something from to provide a sworn statement by Jehovah, as Jehovah lives, by Jehovah, that you will not cut off my descendants. 19:7, therefore rise, go out and speak kindly to your servants. I swear by Jehovah, if you don't go out, surely not a man will pass the night with you, and this will be worse for you than all the evil that has come upon you from your youth until now. So we are to swear by the name Jehovah, invoke him as our witness, and speak the truth or don't speak at all. We often don't have to say anything and can't stop what have this tendency that comes railing out our mouth. Don't say anything. It won't hurt you. Isaiah 48:1-2, hear this, O house of Jacob, who are named Israel, who came forth from the loins of Judah, who swear by the name of Jehovah. So you see here now, anciently, this is talking about the loins of Judah, are talking about Judeans, Jews of ancient Judea, ancient Jews, who swore by the name Jehovah. So that name was not hidden and not allowed to be pronounced, or had to be pronounced as if it was a totally different word, Adonai, which is a fraudulent misrepresentation of Jehovah. They swore by the name. Invoke the God of Israel, but not in truth nor in righteousness, for they call themselves after the holy city and lean on the God of Israel. Jehovah of hosts is his name, Jehovah Sabaoth. We are to let our yes and no stand without resorting to spirit support, because we are trustworthy individuals. When necessary, we may swear and invoke Jehovah as our witness and therefore our judge, and speak the truth before witnesses. It is likely best to say nothing, though you may be found guilty with false witnesses against you. So whatever your circumstances are, because as you all are aware, we're trying to make plain the principles involved in the doctrines in Scripture so that you can apply all of them in your personal life every day. It has no difference between 3,000 years ago or today. You can apply this understanding in your life and your circumstances of today. Now, we might lie to save ourselves or others, lies, before criminals if you're accosted on the road or downtown, somewhere or things like that. We might have a tendency to lie under that circumstances, but you cannot do so in a formal setting. And swearing falsely is what is condemned by the Messiah, not swearing. If I was forced to or felt a need to because I was faced with false witnesses and lying testimony that I was having to deal with in a court or in a formal setting, I would use something along these lines. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me as Jehovah lives by the authority of Jesus Christ. Now, I didn't add that in here, and I had a whole page of types of oaths that are used in different parts of the world, and different types of oaths that are used in court and different types of settings, but I just took it all out. Because